Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Half-Baked Podcast. I'm your host, Turkey Tom. With me, I have Vega and Nick, as always. How's it going?
What up, boys?
Dude, when you just said that, do you know what it reminded me of? Do you remember White Boy 7th Street? Where he's like,
Of
your
course,
host
from
with
COD,
the
yeah.
most, White Boy 7th Street. And then he got, like, robbed.
Well, we got robbed. What the?
And then he got robbed. That's your synopsis of his career?
Oh my God.
His intro, and then he got robbed.
He got robbed, and then he started making videos calling Keem, like, a P word.
What?
No, his channel really died, dude.
It did. Oh, God.
He's getting like 10K views consistently.
Dude, wasn't he, like, competitive with Woody back in the day?
Yeah, he was huge. I mean, he was getting videos like 1 million views like every day.
He was one of, like, the bigger COD YouTubers.
That's all I kind of knew about him. I didn't know if he did anything else.
Dude, the COD community was so big, and it died so hard.
What was like the reason for it particularly dying?
I think like the rise of battle royales kind of like eviscerated the community. I think when a lot of YouTubers started moving over to Twitch and stuff, they found that the battle royales like held the audience better than
Right.
just playing like 6v6.
Ackman made a video. I don't know if you saw it on Doc and all these people about Halo and all this shit, and everybody had to kind of like explain themselves.
It was like, you don't understand Halo.
Dude, I love his content. Ackman makes some of the best Halo coverage and stuff like that.
That's some of his most popular stuff, I think.
He's like if Angry Joe wasn't shit. Right? That's the way I see him.
I just forgot that Angry Joe existed for an entire year.
What happened to
Like,
him?
I haven't seen an angry review or an angry movie review or like anything, an angry trailer reaction. And I look at his channel and he's still yelling about Madden NFL.
He's
Like, yeah, everyone
Madden
knows at this
NFL.
point all the EA games are scams, and the only people who buy it are people who want like shitty sports sims. But he's like still complaining about like the microtransactions and the amount of content that's not in the game.
Yeah.
I was never into like Channel Awesome and all that stuff. So like my exposure to Angry Joe was way after any of that. I think the first video I saw from him might have been like a Halo 5 review or something. And I remember seeing it just being like, Halo 5 may be a bad game, but this is just like the worst video I've ever seen because it's just like this like 40-year-old man playing like this caricature, dressing up in costumes, making really poor criticisms of like artwork.
I think he looks 40. I don't think he is 40.
And look, it doesn't matter if people are old. Like, we're not trying to age out the commentary community or the gaming
Yeah,
community.
I'm trying to age them out. I'm
Yeah,
aging them out.
Exactly.
All right, well, Tom's like a child, so like when he grows up, he'll
Once
realize.
you hit 21, you're dead to me.
When Daffy Duck or something, like an up-and-coming commentator 50 years from now wants to get Tom out of the scene, Tom's going to be like, damn, dude, I built
Daffy
this
Duck.
community. Yeah, you're Turkey Tom, Daffy Duck. I don't fucking know, dude.
Daffy fucking Duck. Mickey Mouse comes in. He's like, fuck you.
He's going to, like, destroy your channel.
Anyway, moving on to the next story. I know this is one Nick is super passionate about. And Vega, I don't even know if you know about this,
What's
which
that?
I guess is an atypical.
Give it to me.
William Osman. You're familiar with him, right?
Yeah, he's a Brady Bunch guy.
The Brady... What do you mean the Brady Bunch guy? What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, he's an actor on the Brady Bunch.
Alexa, who is William Osman?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Wikipedia.org, Osman served as bishop in Bloomington for 7 years, and then as a counselor to William Budge in the presidency of the Bear Lake State.
What the fuck is
Okay, so
this?
he's a
I
man
told
of the
you.
church. Yeah, he's a man of the church.
Okay, man of the church. Anyway, William Osman basically put out this video, 22 minutes and 45 seconds long, called I'm Done. He talks about how negative comments are really getting to him, and he basically outlines that there's a dark side of YouTube that a lot of viewers don't think about, and he describes this as like a huge way on him.
You know, you're run-of-the-mill shit, right, Vega?
Well, I know who you guys are talking about because we talked about this already.
He
I'm just
throws
saying-
the crocodile tears up. It's like really cringy.
Yeah. So there's an update to that story, I'm guessing.
So a lot of people hadn't like really looked into William. They just watched that video and said like, "Hey, listen, if you have trolls, the worst thing you can do is let them know that they're affecting you." Right? That's
Which
a
is true, yeah.
pretty easy fucking opening statement right there. I don't think anyone's gonna like. I'm sure William will look back at that video and go, "This was probably a misstep for my career." Well, I know he's going to.
Yeah,
now,
mistake,
but-
yeah.
So I looked back at his other content, and he had a series called like "People Are Mad."
Okay.
After his videos, he'd get like critical comments about like decisions he made while he was building stuff, because he builds stuff. He's like an engineer of sorts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the guy who went on H3 with the talking beanie.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know he went on H3.
Well, his house burned down, and the only thing that survived his house fire was a custom beanie for H3.
Oh,
Well, the thing is, that was a controversy a while
Damn.
back. If you remember, you know Gokanaru, right? You know him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he made that H3 video, and one of his points in it was like, well, H3 brought William Osman on and then like kicked him off immediately, and it was a very awkward moment for the podcast. It seemed like William had been led into coming on to be like there for the whole show, and then Ethan was just like, all right, come on, show your hat, talk about your house, and then get the fuck off my show. That was basically Gokanaru's point. Honestly, in retrospect, I don't know how well that particular point holds up, but that was the point in the video. So that was how we found out about William Osman, I
Well,
think.
in Gokunaru's defense, I think his point was more like, because this was when he was talking about the section on like Ethan Klein cares more about his script than he does his guests.
I think he was right with that. It's just, in retrospect, I don't really care.
But I think this was one of those, because Ethan's defense for the situation was that they were trying something new for the podcast. So they had like a beginning topic, or they started with this topic and they transitioned into the next one. So he'd be like a featured section.
Yeah,
and he
segments,
had
yeah.
vocalized the fact that he was kind of upset that he was on for that like length
Yeah,
of
for
time.
sure.
But in the future, it came out and he's like, well, why are people talking about this? It's not that big of a deal, even though like he was the one that complained about it on his video that he uploaded and edited for YouTube.
Yeah, I would agree. It's not that big of a deal in my eyes, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fair criticism at the time.
Yeah, again, but it's you understand that if you leave that open ended and you say something like that in your video, obviously people are going to talk about it.
For sure, gotcha.
Yeah, he ended up going back on with his wife and got a whole episode, and Ethan like did a nice thing for him. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the time, I think looking back, I can just chalk that up to like an awkward podcast moment, especially after podcasting
it was as awkward
ourselves.
as the Bill
Like,
Burr one. I don't think Ethan's a bad guy because Bill Burr was really like destroying him on a podcast.
sometimes shit like that just happens, and it's
Yeah.
it's somewhat unavoidable. Could have been handled better. I think Ethan will, probably not repeat that moment.
It's a perfect thing to add to a video that's like 2 hours long, trying to talk.
I was just about to say,
Sure.
if you're making a video on somebody, why not grab everything, dude?
Yeah.
And even if it's the smallest thing that you could try to like, not saying that he was doing it because he probably believed it, right, Gokunaru? He probably
Right.
believed what he was saying was like legit. But when you're doing that kind of video, your head's in that space where it's like, oh wow, look at this jackass. Instead of like showing it to somebody, like, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He's doing a segment, so maybe they just happen to catch it on camera, where he's trying to shoo him away because they got the time schedule, they got all this shit going on. So I mean, that's it. Instead of doing that, he just went with it.
Yeah. I like that video still, though. In retrospect, I think the video is still good. I know, Nick, at first you didn't really like it. You were like, it's kind of like an artsy thing.
I don't know if I like that video.
Really? I still like it.
Dude, I'm the guy who goes like, you got this part wrong and it ruined the whole video for me. I think he got enough wrong in that video where I kind of get what he's trying to say, but I think he made too many mistakes, and I'll chalk that up to it being an early video in his career. But I don't know if I look back at that Gokunaru video entirely and I think it's a great video anymore. I didn't think it was a great video when I found it. I kind of got like more talked into liking it, and I think it was a good effort. I still don't know why the skits were necessary, why we couldn't have just cut those out and put them back up.
I like the skits. Those are great.
Yeah, they were great, but they also got him struck a second time.
Fair enough.
Our point is that William Osman, he's got feet in the commentary community. He's been here. People kind of know who he is. He was like one of those stories that people were propping up to use against H3H3. So William has a series called People Are Mad. So when he makes something and people like start to shit on him, he had like a satirical video that he would go back and do where he'd shit on the comments. Now, you and I have seen the new video and we know that he's like deeply bothered by comments.
So I think that makes sense. I think that like looking back, like you realize his insecurity is shining through in that video.
Yeah, so like I watched his previous video and a lot of the context is kind of fucked for me now. Like a lot of people were spamming like, hey, you're using the wrong shovel. So he goes all the way to Home Depot, does a whole skit about buying another shovel, says that the statue of Shrek is the audience, sharpens the fucking shovel, and then cuts its head off on camera.
Nice.
Out of context, before I would have seen this new video, I would have thought, hey, that's just funny or whatever. In a previous video, he does a thing where he like builds a contraption that will destroy a framed YouTube comment or whatever to own the guy who made it and stuff like that. I don't know, it was kind of playful. But when I kept watching the video he posted just before his breakdown video, it was one of these. And at the end of it, somebody was mean to him in the comment section and left a few comments saying that you lose, I know more than you.
It's like your x-ray's fake, that kind of shit.
Your not even your x-ray's fake. Like, this doesn't do what you say it does. You did a bad job and stuff like that. And he's like arguing back and forth with him, right? Your traditional probably shouldn't do this kind of activity where you argue with fans in the chat.
Keep in mind, this video has 250,000 likes and 3,000 dislikes.
Yeah, again, like, this guy is overwhelmingly liked. His videos don't get a lot of hate. I probably roughly get more hate on my videos than he gets on his videos, if we're going to be honest.
No, I don't believe that.
What he does when he finds out who this person, like, who this commenter is he looks up his LinkedIn profile, throws it right on the screen.
Oh, this is already going in bad direction.
He finds out what this guy, like, what he does, goes to a website where you can find a picture of a person that doesn't exist, like a user-generated image.
Yeah.
He catfishes him, pretends to be a future employer. Then he calls him on the phone after scheduling an interview from them contacting each other over LinkedIn. He records the call, giggling, and he's like, my name Jeff, or whatever. Hey, what's going on? I'm with so-and-so. We want to hear a bit about what you do and stuff like that. Convinces him to do a face-to-face interview the next day, which at this point he figures out it's William Osman, right? But before he did that, William Osman sent him a contract which he signed, I guess for the employment, but he didn't read it, and it was that William could show whatever he wants of his personal information in the video.
That's wild, homie.
So then after this, he barters and he blackmails him and says, if you do a face-to-face call with me, I'll remove all your information from the video.
Dude.
So he doesn't do it. Presumably he blurred it all out, but he left the guy's fucking name in the YouTube comment.
Yeah.
So now when you Google the name of the guy from the YouTube comment, it pops up with his, like, it's like his LinkedIn, William Osman, all the way down, and people like thoroughly doxed him.
So this guy went from wholesome to just a complete psycho.
Well, the thing is, after that video, he made the one crying.
He made the one crying about all the, like, the criticism he gets.
No. How large of a gap was that?
A month, exactly.
No!
The day.
It was not
and he didn't upload a video in between.
It was a month?
Yeah. Basically, so he doxed him, he catfished him,
Oh
he
my
harassed
God,
him,
homie.
he blackmailed him, and then he made a woe is me crying video a month later.
Yo.
The next video is like, I'm done. What am I done with? What am I done of? I don't know, but I just feel like there's so much negativity on YouTube.
Oh
and then he
my
gets all these like
God,
retards,
homie.
like Ludwig, to go on and be like, guys, like, there's like a lot of negative comments, and it like, you know, it kind of hurts our feelings if you really think about it.
Well, I think Ludwig was just like, why don't you just not read it, bro, or something. Like, I think he made a joke.
It just was like a nothing video, like especially in comparison to like the soft docs. Would that be a soft docs that we would call
I
that?
wouldn't call that a soft docs. I'm sorry. If you like do a tutorial on how to find this guy's information, I don't care if you blurt it out, and I don't care if his name is his fucking real name on YouTube. There's an expectation that this guy is not a fucking public figure. He's just some random guy in your YouTube comments. And if you're fully aware that this is his name and you go on to show like how to fucking dox him in the video, it wouldn't have killed you to blur his fucking name from the YouTube comment.
Fair enough.
Dude, you fucking knew. You knew what happens if you leave that. People are like, well, we can't find out his fucking motivations. Why? He's in the middle of the video going, you know, I kind of feel bad for what I'm doing right now, but actually I don't, because he called me a loser. Like in the middle of it, like he's like a psychopath.
I wouldn't call him a psychopath, but it is very weird.
I'd categorize him more like a fucking crazy ex.
Yeah, but dude, all while he's doing that, like, he's not doing this in like a fucking professional fashion either, if there's even a way to do that. He's like giggling hilarious. Like, he's like, oh my god, this guy's like a fucking gremlin. Like, why is he doing this shit?
It sounds like a DC villain. Jesus.
He's a very unself-aware, sad, insecure guy who got some mean comments, and now they make him feel like shit because he like has never gotten criticism in his life. So now he makes YouTube videos and he gets a few people telling him they're shit. A few people on his subreddit are like, I miss the old William. One person insults his girlfriend.
That was
and now
it,
he has to make
dude.
a 20-minute video crying about it.
I can read it because I have the original Reddit post for something that probably released by the time we're talking about this.
Dude, homie went full stalker mode.
It was literally like psycho ex-girlfriend.
And recorded himself doing it.
Here. So he read this in the video. Are you ready?
Okay.
Hi. First of all, I don't want to come off as disrespectful in any way. I've been
I
an
got
avid
you.
fan of Big Willie since the early days of the channel, but nowadays, I don't think he has the same level of content that he used to produce. Do you guys think this is the case? Why or why not?
Yo, that is not the comment that he got that he flipped out on, right?
That's one of them.
So you know what Willie's stance on that was? He goes, this is dehumanizing.
Nah, dude, nah.
This is dehumanizing.
No way. No way.
I was like, you're a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
I know Dr. Skipper made his video, and I love Dr. Skipper. He's like, if you're looking for someone to call him a pussy, you will not find that in this video. You'll find it in this podcast. That guy's a pussy. 100%. And I like your video, Skipper. I enjoyed it. But fuck, man, he's a fucking pussy. I'm sorry.
There's this part in the video when the guy's like, you know, maybe I'm just weak. It's like, yes,
buddy.
Yes, you are.
Dude, I'm sorry. I understand. Like, you're a fucking multi-millionaire with a really successful channel and all the business connections you could ever need in the whole world. Bro, I fucking had my Twitter DMCA banned by a crazy stalker who's back and gave me 3 strikes this week. I had someone bot 50,000 dislikes across my entire YouTube channel to try to get me fucking banned or to make it look like all my videos have terrible ratings. Like, dude, I get so much more harassment than you do. It's not even imaginable. And do you ever see me make a video crying on someone's shoulder about it? Grow the fuck up. Like, it's actually embarrassing, dude.
This little thing playing that you're showing me right here? Is that Reddit? That just sounds like somebody's trying to open up a discussion.
Dude, I fucking launch my streams and I have BritBong spam my fucking address in my comment section on 50 different accounts that are called the N-word, okay? Like, I don't want to hear that you fucking did this because I look at your video and you're the guy fucking putting someone else's personal information out there. Like, Jesus, fuck, dude.
It's a bit more than that. Holy shit.
Dude, and Tommy was thinking, like, is this some kind of fraud? Can you catfish someone and pretend that you're, like, an employment position? Like, is that allowed?
Honestly, I don't even care if there's, like, an illegal aspect to it. I just think that what he did was wrong as far as, you know, having his name in the video. And even, like, just beyond that, just the pure contradiction between, like, one video being, like, all these fucking losers in my comment section think they know what they're talking about. I'm going to prove them wrong.
By acting like a loser.
Yeah. And then next video, it's, like, this sad, like, fucking, you know, I live in a constant state of judgment.
He's so talented. This guy built an x-ray machine in his garage.
Yeah.
He built an x-ray machine in his fucking garage?
Yes,
Oh my
and he
God.
makes good content, and he's entertaining, and he's a likable guy. So, like, I don't understand this, dude. Like, I hear this from Alinity, I hear this from all these fucking big Twitch streamers who are complaining about every fucking thing ever. Dude, there's like 50,000 different features to try to make your time on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch way easier, and then everyone just complains about the platform like it's the platform's problem.
In fairness, he didn't directly do that in this video, I don't think.
No, but he turned it on the audience. Like, some of you guys ruined this for me. Do you think anybody who said that your fucking girlfriend's a fat piece of shit or something is gonna watch this video and go, I've seen the error of my ways?
Obviously not. He just wanted sympathy from his fans, man. He wanted to seem like he has a hard life.
Dude, this is like when I go on Reddit after like a Call of Duty game bombs at launch, and people are like, guys, stop sending death threats. Do you think anyone who's sending death threats is gonna read your comment on Reddit and go, fuck, dude, what am I doing?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you have to question, who is this video made for? Is it made for the, whatever he would call them, like, trolls?
It's made to garner sympathy.
Exactly. That's who it's made for.
It's made for
people.
attention. Yeah, it's made to cry on camera. I make everybody feel bad for me. It's
Yeah.
the most woe is me video I've ever seen in YouTube history.
I just don't get this whole, like, you know, in the video, like, oh, they said this about my girlfriend. What sick guy would say that? It's like, why do you give a shit what they think about your girlfriend? You know what I mean?
And like, you're even allowed to give a shit. Just ban him from the channel.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to do YouTube anymore because of the comments that I'm getting from 1/1000th of my audience. I don't know, man. I think William Osman's super fucking cringe, and I can't stand him.
Yeah, I agree.
What else do we got?
Well, we've got some ultra cringe, I would say, even more than Will Osman, if you can believe that.
Oh, no.
I think this is a very, very interesting story. So I want to talk about Kai Weiss. Vega, I don't know if you know who Kai Weiss is. Weiss? Is it Weiss?
Who
Whatever.
cares? He's not a YouTuber anymore.
Kai Swiss Cheese is, I believe, the boyfriend of a larger YouTuber named Omnia, who is in the sort of art commentary community.
Gotcha.
Think like Creepshow art, that kind of content, right?
Omnia's videos are dog shit too.
Well, I haven't really seen any of them.
I saw the fucking one. It's like a YouTuber apology. She said the N-word. Hello, leash or something.
Hello, Leash is a tracer.
They're a pedophile, a racist, and they trace. Worst of all.
The context for that is that Hello Leash recorded like a cover of a song like a decade ago or like 7
Right.
years ago or like 5 years ago of a Lil Wayne song or something.
Oh,
that, like, just said the N-word.
oh my
in it.
God, bro.
In fairness, I think the relevance to that was that, like, she's also, like, this, like, big would you say anti-SJW type now? Or no,
Yeah,
not
I'm sorry,
anti-SJW,
dude. If
just
we held
SJW.
everybody to that standard, all the bread tubers would still be Nazis.
Moving on. Basically, Kai Weiss saw a critical video about him, right? I think their name is Akume, and Akume basically made this like very long, detailed kind of response to them, and I believe something like 40% or 30% of their video was Kai Weiss's content, right? Because they're responding to them.
Right.
Basically, critical video is made and a response video is issued in return.
Right.
Right. So Kai Weiss sees this, and what Kai Weiss decides to do is take this video and they claim it, right? And not only do they claim it, they actually strike it so the video goes down on YouTube. Through
Like,
Content
hey,
ID.
Hey, fuck you, dude. I think your videos are bad. Oh, yeah? I don't think your videos are good either. Okay, well, guess what? Your video's down, bitch.
Exactly. So Akume starts posting all over. They're like, hey, you know, Kai Weiss took down my video. Kai Weiss is like, fuck you, little bitch. I fucking owned you. Get fucked. Get raped by me, whatever. I slap my dick across your face. I own
We're
you.
paraphrasing. Yeah.
Right.
I assume so, yeah.
And so eventually, that's not verbatim. That's a artist recreation of events.
Gotcha.
Eventually, people start finding out. They're like, what the fuck? You falsely took down this person's video. And so Jon Swan does a stream on his second channel about it. Gets quite a few people watching. Goes over the legality of it because, you know, he seems to be a kind of a copyright expert. He pays a lot of attention to that stuff. And he's like, hey, you know, you're breaking the law. You're infringing on this person's copyright. Kume did not do anything wrong. Kai Weiss, you cannot legally take down this video. Eventually, Kai Weiss catches wind of this and decides to go on stream with Jon to debate it. And I'd say it's about the worst performance I've seen in a debate from someone
in the last few months.
In a while.
From Jon?
No, not from Jon. From this Kai Weiss person.
Oh.
Jon absolutely fucking destroyed them.
Jon absolutely demolished them.
What? Get him, Jon?
I have to say, it was my second favorite copyright debate in recent memory.
Wow.
They didn't know what they were talking about. They had no knowledge of the legality around it. They were dancing around the topic.
I had no knowledge of any of this.
Yeah.
This is so bizarre.
Exactly. It goes so poorly that Vega, what do you think happened after the debate? Like, do you think both parties walked away? Was it amicable? Was it like whatever? What do you think happened right after the debate?
Did he start striking Jon's videos?
So right after the debate, they deleted their entire social media presence.
Whoa,
YouTube channel gone. Twitter gone. Like, Jon killshotted them. Their girlfriend has tweeted like, I was involved prior, but now you guys are dragging me into this, even though all I did was comment on it and defend a person who was wrong. I'm staying out of it. Kai's entire online presence is currently MIA, gone. They are gone.
No word from him, huh?
No word from them.
Whoa.
Deleted channel. Deleted Twitter.
Off a debate with Jon? Holy shit, dude. That must have been an ass whooping.
It was.
I mean, it was an ass whooping. It wasn't like the end of their career because the art community is retarded and probably would have forgiven them anyway.
Apparently it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it is now.
Like, they would have maintained fans, but like, it was, I guess they just had never been in a position where, like, as a commentary channel, you have to defend your positions.
Right.
And so they went on stream and couldn't take the L, got absolutely fucking demolished. And I was watching Tommy react to it today, and it is fucking brutal how bad they got destroyed. Like, credit where credit is due. Jon Swan fucking got him.
Tommy
fucking
said
destroyed.
something that was so fucked, but it was so funny. As he goes, I would have deleted my entire social media presence if I lost a debate to Jon Swan.
Damn.
Dude, but the problem is, everyone kind of knew that Jon was really good in debates.
Okay.
Like, he's always been good at them. His debate with Twoon was actually the first time I ever met Jon, and he, like, demolished him on Augie's stream back in the day. Because Jon actually knows what he's talking about, like, legality and stuff like that. I don't think that's really argued. For the most part, everyone kind of just agrees.
Without getting into it, he's good when he's right. Sometimes he's retarded, but in this case, he was right, and he absolutely fucking owned them for it, right?
Yeah, like, why would you ever debate Jon Swan on copyright law? That just seems like such a terrible position.
That's like the one thing you go to Jon for, other than audio.
Like, before I had a copyright debate, I had a call with Jon to make sure I was, like, correct when I was looking over the correct stuff.
The thing is, it's not even that. Why would you debate copyright when you know nothing about it and have no idea if you're in the right?
That's the golden question. Apparently, a lot of people fall for this. I have no idea.
Like, why the fuck would you willingly go on a stream where you know nothing about the topic, where your only counter argument is harassment is illegal, even though all this person did was make a video about you?
Listen,
like, what
Tom,
the fuck?
if you were going for a copyright debate, what 2 court cases would you at least know something about?
Definitely H3, definitely Sargon.
Like, that's the bare minimum work that you'd need to go into a debate on this topic.
And you don't even need to, like, read the documents. You need to read one article about each and maybe watch one video, and you're set.
Vega, he didn't even know about the most recent relevant case.
Which was the Sargon one, which I don't know if we've talked about that. I talked about it in a video once,
Yeah.
but definitely an interesting case.
And it's fascinating. It really changed what I thought, like, the line would be.
Yeah, it was a good case for fair use. Vega, do you know anything about this?
Actually, I don't know shit about the Sargon one, but I do know about the H3 one.
Sargon made a really short 2-minute anti-SJW compilation. It was deemed that the title of the video made it fair use.
Yeah.
It was so weird. You wouldn't even assume that from your just bare knowledge of the H3 court case. And it's a really cool case, and I watched the video on stream yesterday, and, like, even then, like, if I didn't know about that case, I might have turned around and said, like, I don't think this is fair use.
I think I said that when you guys were telling me. I think I said that.
Right.
I think I was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it was deemed to be, like, a critical nature. Like,
Yeah,
showing the
yeah.
hypocrisy of her statement.
I agree it should be fair use, but legally speaking, I did not think it would be, especially leading up to the trial actually happening, which took like 3 years, by the way. It was long.
Especially when you don't hear voiceover, that's my immediate, like, I don't know where this goes.
Yeah.
Right. And an important part of why that case was won is actually that Akilah Hughes, the person suing Sargon, was like bragging about it beforehand, being like, this white nationalist piece of shit, I'm going to sue him into the ground. He's going to be ruined. He's going to have nothing. Like, she was saying that verbally. And that was used in the court to dismiss her case and show that she had bad intent with it. Kai Weiss did effectively the same shit, which Jon pointed out on stream. It was like, basically being like, oh, I'm going to fucking own you. You think you can fuck with me? I'll fucking fuck with you. And it was obvious that it had nothing to do with like any, actual conviction about copyright law or their copyright being infringed. It was purely a case of being upset, using the tools that they had and thinking they could get away with it and getting fucking ass blasted into oblivion for it.
The only time I've known Jon to be incorrect about copyright stuff is when I uploaded my Mandalorian abridged shit.
Oh.
But other than that, just going off of that, I mean, there's two things you don't really fuck with John on, regardless of what his history is audio and copyright law. Those two things you don't really fucking get into it with him. So fucking the guy didn't know shit about it, and he got into it with one of those two.
And colors, dude. Those red, white, and blue like remixed Sappho thumbnails look really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, the color theory was really great.
That guy, Gus Johnson, is all over my fucking timeline.
Yeah, I've seen... Do we got to talk about it? Because I don't really know about it, but I've seen Big B going after him.
Basically, he got accused of being a fucking piece of shit to his pregnant... Well, now no longer pregnant, because she's obviously done with that. Formerly pregnant girlfriend.
He, like, didn't show up for her abortion, I think.
Oh, this sounds a little bit too serious.
Basically, he turned around and he's like, hey, I was an asshole. I've learned my lesson. And everything that you heard was probably in... some way, shape, or form true.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, like that's really an open and shut thing. I don't really know if I care about much more.
Well, this next one is serious, but I think it's still something worth talking about. Dave Portnoy, which I think Nick probably wants to lead off with because I know he's passionate about
I don't know anything about Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy. Why does that sound so familiar, dude?
He's the guy who runs Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys from Barstool.
Big gambling guy.
I've seen him before as recently as like, I forgot what fight I was watching, but they were cutting to him talking about how much money he's lost betting on this through like a sponsorship or something, and going over the betting odds every time. I don't know if it was like one of the real fights or it was like the stupid YouTube boxing, but whatever. Yeah, I was watching it. Basically, there's an article on Dave Portnoy, and if I'm looking at this objectively, there's so much weird shit in this article that it like fucks me
Insider,
up.
right?
Yeah, it's Insider. It's another shitty Insider article that's fucking absolutely garbage. That's doing victims a disservice.
She unfollowed us. Goodbye, Cat 10 Barge. Friendship ended.
Great.
Yeah, so like it's fucking annoying, dude. So with this article, it starts off saying like this girl hits up Dave on Twitter and goes on Instagram, I'm sorry, and goes, dude, I love your one bite pizza reviews. And he's like, thanks, fly bitch. And then Insider apparently leaves out the fact that she had a shirt on in her profile pic or whatever that said fly bitch on it. So then apparently they talked for about a month. She went out there and fucked him and like said that like he like filmed her without her consent and like choked her and stuff like that. I don't want to talk about the regular allegations, even though there's some stuff to talk about in there. I want to talk about the way it was staged in the article. So about halfway through this article, there's a paragraph. I just want to read an excerpt for you, okay? After they get over the meat and potatoes of the regular allegation, they start off with this. Dave Portnoy makes no secret the fact that he likes to have sex with young women and push boundaries of what's considered socially acceptable. What is your vibe off of that based off the information I just told you about the 20-year-old girl he fucked?
It's definitely sounding like it's going down that lane of things I don't like to talk about on this podcast. Rape. Yeah.
So when I hear this, I hear young women, I go, okay, like objectively young women, are we talking
underage?
Underage. Yeah, are we talking about underage? And pushing boundaries of what's conceptual? Are we talking about rape? Okay, so the next sentence is, in many ways, that image is at the core of the brand that made him one of the most wealthy and most powerful figures in digital media. There are the rape jokes he makes, and the repeated use of the N-word on camera, and his harassment of female journalists.
I feel like that's not what made him famous.
They transition from Dave makes no secret that he likes to have sex with young women and push boundaries of what's socially acceptable. And the boundaries that he push is that he says the N-word. Keep going. Last July, he released a viral TikTok video that offered a woman 3 tips on how to slide into a celebrity's DMs. These are the 3 tips.
Can you read this in a mouthy Buddha voice?
1. Be very hot.
Okay.
2. Don't be ugly.
And
3. Say 2 words. I fuck.
I could. Why didn't he go with "fuck me"?
He's appeared in. Wait. Hold on. Since 2019, he's appeared in 3 sex tapes that have leaked online. Vega, we need to know this. This is important to the allegations. Apparently, the stock price of Barstool's parent company plunged after a recent sex video leaked, where he violently chokes a woman using a collar and a leash.
Well.
Both Portnoy and the woman said that the encounter was consensual. Then why the fuck is this in the article?
Wait. Go back. What was that last part? I didn't hear it.
Both Portnoy and the woman said the encounter was consensual. Why the fuck is that in the article, then? But why would you talk about him violently choking out women using collars and leashes if that's not relevant to the topic?
Where's the article at?
Portnoy has a quote for you, Vega. I used to sling it, he said. I've gotten better. And they put that in there. Wait. It gets worse. His antics are insane. For years, Portnoy has managed to escape scrutiny, Vega. His behavior and comments weren't just accepted, they were expected and commodified. commoditized. A 2020 Barstool documentary series produced by the media features Portnoy forcefully digitally penetrating a sex doll while donning a tuxedo, and he declared himself the Finger King.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I'm sorry. If somebody got fucking raped, if somebody got harassed, if someone got sexually abused, I'm signed out. Why the fuck is all this shit in the article?
Wait a minute. Who wrote this article again?
Insider.com.
And that's your answer, Nick?
Yeah, dude, it keeps going. It keeps going. Young men call Portnoy El Presidente.
Yes, sir.
They follow the mogul's every move, buying up Barstool merchandise printed with logos like Team Portnoy and Portnoy Musk 2024.
Right.
Young women tag him in provocative videos and photos to gain his attention. The woman who appeared in his third leaked sex tape went on a publicity blitz last year to defend him. In October, when he visited the campus of the University of Tennessee in Knoxville for a college football game, and they show the picture, the sign out front of a building said, "Dave, come in. We have pizza and pussy. 10 out of 10.
Oh, clearly these girls have no idea. They've been manipulated to make that sign, bro.
Guess what the next line is.
Guess what
the next line is.
For
many, Dave's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
But some in his orbit, particularly women, have told Insider they felt as though he abused his fame and power to put them in compromising positions.
There's a sign outside of a house he has nothing to do with, homie.
That says, "Dave, come in, we have pussy."
Yeah.
Like, oh, the best part, even the article knows it's full of shit, because there's a literal sign in here saying, "Some of the women as young as 19 who had no professional connection to Portnoy recounted having sexually explicit online exchanges with him."
Mm-hmm.
He has a massive power dynamic, Vega, over people that he doesn't employ.
Or have no presence anywhere close.
It literally says that he doesn't employ these people. Like, are you kidding me?
And none of them got famous off this shit? Nothing, huh?
And it just keeps getting cringier and cringier as you go down. It's
okay.
Like, let's say this girl really was recorded her sexual activities without her consent, because I don't want to talk on the validity of anything in this article, because I honestly think this is like a tabloid.
It reads like a tabloid.
But fuck, dude, if I'm a real victim and this shit happened to me and the only person I could talk to was Insider.com amazing journalist Julia Black, I would fucking feel really shitty about how much of a hit piece this article is. Shouldn't my story just be enough?
I don't even remember I forgot that this was an article of somebody coming out.
All I remember is the Finger King.
Yeah, that's...
It's like,
oh my
this is
God,
insane.
bro. How do you fuck this up?
As Destiny pointed out, it's kind of structured as like a profile piece, but at the same time, they talk about like his fans and like how they're rabid. And then they're like, oh, but this one girl says that she flew to his house after agreeing to fuck him, and then the sex was really rough and she didn't like it.
Dude, part of this article is legitimately he's 44. He shouldn't be able to have sex with 20-year-olds. It's like the H3 podcast rules of fucking, like, I'm never going to care about that.
They also try to imply that like he's like into younger girls, because like one girl was 22, but he was like, no, I like him young. I like him like 20. And it's like, I feel like if you're 40, the difference between a 20 and a 22-year-old isn't really going to make a big difference. Like, I don't
Have
know.
you never heard Bill Burr? I think he said, it might have been in a special or on his podcast or something. He kind of answered what we're talking about here. He was like, you know, all these fucking women that are like, why don't you just date someone your own age? Like someone that's 50 or 48, just like you. And he's like, nobody wants to date a 48-year-old, 50-year-old fucking woman. And it's like, who wants to fuck those chicks? You know what I mean? If you're like some famous guy, now ladies, don't take this as a disrespect. I'm just saying in response to like this kind of shit, we're like, why is he dating so young? If you have a woman that is like 20, 21, 22, or whatever the fuck, and they're hot, you're famous, and you have those options, what is the reasoning not to do it? These aren't children, bro.
We're sure all of the 30 to 40-year-old women in our audience are very pretty.
Yeah.
And maintained their youth very well.
Yeah.
Good, even without makeup.
You can't lie when fucking you hear somebody say that, and it's just like, dude, what the fuck?
Wait, Vega, let me read this to you. So when I read this, I want you to know that the girl is supposed to sound like the victim.
Right.
The way this is written. In 2017, Portnoy accused his ex-girlfriend publicly, Jordan Hamilton, of cheating on him with a SoulCycle instructor.
Mm-hmm.
The people from Barstool responded in mass, waging a harassment campaign, not only against Hamilton, but SoulCycle. When Portnoy saw a message from SoulCycle's corporate office advising the studio managers on how to deal with the harassment from the Barstool sports fans, he tweeted, "The best way to avoid calling 911 is don't have your instructors fuck the girlfriend of the head of a major media company. It was really, really tough for me and my family, everything being put online," Hamilton told Insider. Notice she didn't deny it. Despite Hamilton's personal experience, she said she continued to be on good terms with him. Dating him, you kind of have to go into it with thick skin, she said, adding, "I think of that today as a lot of people are kind of soft. Not everyone is forgiving."
boy.
What's wrong with what he did in that circumstance?
I'm a little blown away right now, to be honest with you.
That's supposed to be negative? What kind of soy-faced pussy viewer is listening to this going like, wow, dude, I really feel bad for that girl who cheated on him?
Dude, I think out of everything you guys have shown me on this podcast of Insider and even, YouTubers and all this shit making stories on each other, that's probably the worst one.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Because it sounds like they're printing it, they're writing it, and they're printing it, and they're putting that motherfucker online with their chest out, right head up, nose in the air, and here we are just like, what the fuck is this?
Portnoy did a response against the advice of his lawyers where he basically said that he was aware that journalists were looking into him for a while.
Right.
Obviously, this is hearsay. We don't know if this is true, but he said that he was aware that journalists were looking into him for a while, trying to figure out something about him that could be bad. And if you look at this article, it kind of feels like a semi-structured throwing everything at the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to tie everything together with this narrative when, a few things really don't fit it. And as far as like the journalistic, responsibility, I really think that they failed there.
Oh my God, he's Jon Swan.
What?
I'm still reading the article. He's Jon Swan. He declared himself uncancelable. Everyone who ever says, like, I'm uncancelable is fucked, right? Maybe he did it. Fuck, I didn't even think about it. Wait, are we Jon Swanning or something? Maybe he did it.
He's still a huge part of Barstool, right? It's not like he's like
Yeah.
he's like losing any opportunities.
Oh, well, look at this shit. Look at this. You stopped a little early, right? For years, Dave Portnoy has been untouchable, and you're saying that he declared himself uncancelable. Throughout all the scandals and controversies, get ready for this one, Barstool has attacked advertisers like insiders attacking the fucking...
yeah, they specifically call out the ads.
Barstool has attracted advertisers like Dunkin' Donuts and Coors, partnered with Walmart on a line of frozen pizzas, and nabbed the rights to broadcast the Arizona Bowl from CBS Sports.
Now, what makes you think that they're naming that just out of the blue?
Yeah,
they're
it's like
doing that, so
Dave
they're naming...
Portnoy said the N-word. He said he's uncancelable. Here's all the brands he works with.
Yeah, here's all the brands that works with him.
I hope they cut your funding. I hope your fucking thing runs out of money. I hope everyone who's fucking signed to Insider is declared unhireable after you hired Steven Asarch, the guy who milked the Onision girls for all they're worth. Like, holy shit, dude, this company is so shitty. Like, all of these people are scumbags. And if anyone I know ever gets raped, I'll tell them to call them the New York Post or something. Anything that's not this.
I'm someone who genuinely wants to foster a positive relationship with journalists. The issue is that journalists consistently have let us fucking down.
Dude, if journalists want a good relationship with me, they'll quit this company.
Well, the thing is, like, my main issue with Insider in general is just that, they write smear pieces.
It's all bullshit.
It's literally
like, full of unsubstantiated shit. This is if Pastel Bell wrote a fucking article.
Oh, that's a great way to put that, Tom.
Yeah, I can see the crazy eyes behind the text already typing this out, being like, oh, what a fucking... And he said the N-word, and he fucking tied a leash around her neck, but it was consensual. And then he fucking flew this girl out, and she said it was too rough.
And who's that? Is that one of them right there? The picture?
Oh, Ava. Wait, that's Ava Louise. You know who she is?
Nah.
Ava Louise is the girl that made up the rumor about Kanye West and Jeffree Star having a relationship. She's like a TikTok celebrity. She's the girl who did the toilet seat licking challenge. Remember that video?
Though she responded willingly at the time, Louise said she had come to see an inherent problem with a man in power knowing he could take advantage of a younger girl. It's predatory, she said. Like, they just want to remove all body autonomy from all fucking people. It's just so fucking weird. Like, I hate Insider. I hate this whole fucking system. This is like the H3 podcast of fucking journalism. Get out of here.
I mean, don't some of the people there like know the H3?
Yeah, they were going back and forth. He was promoting their articles, and they were quoting Trisha Paytas as a source. So
I mean, overall, like, I think there have been good things that Insider has probably done over their time, but it's being outweighed by the
do you remember when journalists could just make articles, Tom? They just make articles and they didn't have to debate on Twitter the legitimacy of their work. Like, I thought that's what makes us unprofessional, is that we go into a story and then we argue with each other and look like idiots. I thought, like, the difference was that journalism was professional, and all these people go put out a story and they don't stoop to our level. I don't know, maybe I'm just brain dead. I remember when, like, people put up their fucking story and shut their fucking mouth.
I always get confused with this type of shit too when I see stuff like that where you just post it with the homegirl, even though she's the batshit crazy one, right, with the Kanye Jeffree thing. It's like, women, you're independent, you're strong, you're intelligent. Also, you're naive, gullible, clout chasing, and retarded.
Oh, on top of that,
like,
Vega.
what?
So they bring up how Portnoy had 3 leaked sex tapes, right? They bring that up in the article.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, What about the fucking outrage if I'm talking about a girl being predatory towards me and I say that she's uploaded 17 videos touching her pussy on OnlyFans?
Right.
What would the fucking internet say if I turned around and I said that? And I go, yeah, this woman's a sex fiend because she posts on fucking OnlyFans and makes her money doing porn.
Imagine if you write an article about like a girl who has like killed someone, and in the article, you're like, oh, she also is a bit of a fucking slut.
Literally.
And she got called out by It's a Gundam.
It couldn't happen.
Like,
it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Okay? It literally wouldn't happen.
I mean, the thing is, it will happen in YouTube videos, but it shouldn't be happening in these articles. Well, there's one more topic we could do if you guys want.
What is it?
It's Nick and Augie going on Twitch streams.
Oh, me and Augie go on Twitch streams. That's the podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
Thank you for listening.
We're thinking about reworking some of our Patreon tiers and stuff like that. If you have any ideas...
We will be reworking them.
Well, yeah, but if you guys have any ideas of things that you'd want to see for a higher paid tier, maybe like a nicely worded email that'll take us 2 months to get to you or something. I don't know. Like, just, dude, if you guys have any ideas of shit that you specifically want us to do for a higher tier, please jump in our Discord server. It's the hub for all things Half-Baked. We're really happy when we relaunch the podcast after taking like a fucking 2-month break that everyone's back and ready to go.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy how long we've gone, isn't it? Like, I didn't expect us to last this long. You made a tweet about it the other day. It's like,
yeah, I've been really
shit.
happy with it. It's been really fun. It's been an experience. I think we've had a lot of great guests on, good conversations.
23 episodes.
I didn't expect to be proud of a podcast, but I actually am.
But here we are.
We've done some great episodes. Yeah,
it's a crowd favorite in the community. Like, I know our fucking episodes don't go out to 100,000 people yet, but I know that everyone in the community watches because like they want to know what we're talking about. So that's kind of cool.
Also, we never say this shit, but subscribe to the channel because we're getting like quadruple the views.
Please subscribe.
We never do it because personally, I think the guys feel the same way. It kind of like derails a lot of shit.
Yeah,
you know? It's like it almost feels like, dude, let's just do the show.
And thank you so much to the artists for really making the aesthetic of the show. You guys help out a lot.
Dude, the artists are the shit, man. Also, we got a new artist, Magical Porpoise. Go follow her, and Fapping Flamingo, Mishi, the OGs. Go follow them too.
Yeah, check them out.
Guys, 70% of you who are watching this are not subscribed to the channel.
You pieces of shit.
Oh, that's actually true.
There can't be that many people watching these that are like, oh, I'll click this gay ass thumbnail with these people sitting in a soup bowl.
They got us like tabbed.
Yeah. You guys got to subscribe to the channel, okay?
I'm looking at the analytics that Nick is propping up. He's not lying. That's a meme, but it's true.
I feel like for the views we get on episodes, we should have like 25K subs at the least. You know what I mean? We got to beat Half-Baked, or not Half-Baked, fuck. We got to beat Hot Wet Soup at least. Come on. Help us out.
Anyways, I really enjoy doing this. I know everyone else does. Turkey Tom, play us out.
And we're gay.
I still can't believe that's our fucking outro. How did we settle in on that? That's so crazy.
It just kept happening.
Yeah.